Greetings, Tetris citizens. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters here on May 35th, 2025. We are here to do the finals. I am pretty darn excited about getting this done. It's going to be a fun one. I don't know if I remember how to do this. It's been a while. When did we do our Masters finals? I mean, we got it done. Like it was done, man. So yeah, I have no I have no idea how to do this anymore. I forgot. It's been like a week, something like that. Crazy. But I guess I'll figure it out. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, it's the semifinals and the finals. We have got two matches, Gio, Leo, and Andy Bendy. Gio, Leo, Andy Bendy. That is what we are doing. Giovanni versus Leo for our Europeans and our Americans, our U.S. Americans. Do they even have maps? I don't know. Pixel Andy versus Bendy. So it's America versus the world versus America, as usual. And that is what we are here to determine today. The order of operations will be Gio versus Leo, and then Pixel Andy versus Bendy, and then the two winners. Thank you, Chroma, for the sub on Twitch. And just what we needed for you, Chroma, was more underscores in a username. So thank you for that. That is amazing. But anyway, that is what's going to happen. We don't have any other things scheduled. After today, we'll be launching our June tournaments. We've got a Masters. We've got a DAS Masters. We got everything below the regular Masters. We'll be launching that within about 24, 36 hours. Still a lot of quals to check on those lower tiers. So if you are a qual checker, feel free to go in and check quals. Anyway, that is what we're doing today. Let's take a look at our rules. Yes, we do have rules, if you can believe it. And what the rules say is that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris, released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controllers so as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical, mechanical, or biological. No biological turbo. Players should not receive any in-game real-time advice. They should not pause unless the commentator tells them to, and I am the commentator. And I am not going to tell you to. Level 18 starts all the way through. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of each match. Players, please make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on now. Also, this is a DAS tournament. That's right. Press and hold. Charging DAS, losing DAS, regaining DAS. That is what DAS is. So please do heed the spirit of DAS. This is not a, I'll just hyper tap and nobody will know, or I'll slow tap the entire thing and it's within DAS limits, so that's okay. No, that is none of that. This is a DAS tournament, and that is how you should play it. If you want to play other tournaments, there are other tournaments that are not DAS tournaments, but this is a DAS tournament. Anyway, it is best of 5 throughout, except for the finals, which are going to be best of 7. So the semifinals will still be best of 5. That finals will be best of 7. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $756.19. Now, that puts us squarely within we're paying the top 4 territory. We would love to be able to pay the top 8. It is extremely motivating to the players to know that, okay, I can come in, win a couple of matches, and, get a prize. And that is very nice to happen to them. So if you are able to contribute to that prize pool to get us closer to that $1,200, please help us do that. Regina Phalange, thanks for the sub on Twitch. I believe $20 came in from Summer B or somebody. No, that was Rogue Potato. I believe, before. Oh no, that was Andy Co. That was Andy Co. and it came in with $20. So thank you, Andy Co. That was just before the stream. So anyway, yeah, please do consider supporting the prize pool. 1, 5, 10, whatever you got kicking around. If you've got, 4, 4, 4, 4 kicking around, that would get us to our goal. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. If somebody wants to be the biggest memer in the world and have our eternal gratitude. We haven't missed, I don't think we've missed our Das Masters goal yet. If we do, I'll probably have to revise it down. And I would not like to do that, but, it's okay. I mean, listen, this tournament's going to survive as long as the prize pool gets funded and as long as, it's supported. And I would hope that happens. But if it doesn't, that's okay. You don't have to. You're not under any obligation. But I would just say support the things that you value. And if you're not in position to, well, you can watch and you are still welcome. Thanks so much to our patrons who are making this whole thing possible, including our sticker and double sticker club and community level members, as well as Scott Gray, J in the Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shall Be, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kit McMonkey, and Mila. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support, and you can be one of these cool people. Go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris. I have a couple people to add, I realized just now that I forgot to add you. But go to Patreon, and especially Stanislaw, of course. Go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris to provide an ongoing pledge of support on an annual or monthly basis. And you can support support the things that you like. That is it's a moral imperative. I guess. I don't know. All right. Anyway, so thank you, patrons. Do I have anything else? I don't know. What is this? Oh, yeah. Go to the merch store if you want to get merch. ctm.wtf. You can gift merch to chat if you want to. The store knows when we're live, and it puts a little gift this merch to chat button. That's another way to support the channel and get a thing. Okay. I'm just going to flop on over. I don't know what we're going to see here. It could be a mess. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, but we're going to fix it. We're going to feel okay. Leo, we're gonna get that camera short up real good. Let's see what we got to work with. All right. Oh, we have upper body here from Leo. That's a new thing. We like that. Oh yeah, look at this. Very excited. How much? Wow, how much Leo do we have? We have a lot of Leo. Holy moly! We never really get this much Leo, but we've got leg. Oh my god! Oh my word! All right, so we got a lot of Leo. That is good news. Let me refresh both the streams, make sure we're getting them. And okay, we'll get this. We got Giovanni. We'll get his cam going, and we have something here. Oh man, we're gonna let this. All right, there's Giovanni. Oh, and Leo's gone. Leo's like, nope, forget it. Done. Don't want to do it. Let's see here. Refreshing. And Leo is offline. So that's good. That is a beautiful thing. Now let me fix some stencil while I have an opportunity to do that. And I think I have to crop from the top is what I have to do. Okay. All right, Leo's back. Here, I just need to, I'm not shaming, I just need a bigger palette to fix this. So no shame. No shame. Stencil is not easy. All right, that's good. Very good. Excellent. I warm up using only taps before your DAS tournaments. Okay. All right, we got to make these cameras a little even here. There you go. Look at this. They're facing off. Oh, shoot. I didn't like open any of my stats or anything. I'm a mess right now, guys. All right, that's June. Here's May. There it is. Close all that. Oh my God, I got Instagrams. Hopefully you all aren't annoyed by all the things I'm posting in your feeds. I'm trying to, I feel like we need to get info out there about the history. So we're putting the history out there. All right, players, this will be your final warm-up. If that's okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some seeds in the channel, and you can continue this warm-up. That is fine. Although it looks like Giovanni really is there. It looks like they're both right at the end. And where is... oh, there it is. I'm kind of a mess. I forgot how to do all of this. Okay, the seeds are here. All the seeds are here. That's a very good 19 start, Giovanni. I mean, it's pretty average 19 start for you, but it's good by everybody else's standards. All right, Shabadab says, get it, Van, good games players. All right, well, they haven't played yet, but they are good games. Okay, looks like both players are ready. F3B, 8F1. Those are the right seeds. These are the right players. They're here at the right time. Players are getting pre-game affection to make themselves feel good. Let us go ahead and get them started. Leo and Gio in the semifinals. One of these players will be going to the finals in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And I feel like it's been a million years since I did any stream. I don't know why. What day was the Mega Masters finals? I don't remember, but it was like it feels like a million years ago. I need to do this on the daily. You know, I need to stay in my rhythm. On the left side of your screen, it is Leo, seed number 3. Qualified in with a 1.13 million. That was the average of his best 2 scores played in a 1 hour qualifying period. So getting with DAS an average of 1.1 and beyond. It's pretty darn good. So in virtue of Leo's top 3 seeding, he got a 2-round bye, started off in the top 16, defeated Salted Sofa in the top 16, and then Merker 118 here for Leo, 115 for Giovanni. Leo is from Bulgaria, has a 1.26 million PB. The last time I checked was ranked number 3 in the most recent DAS Premier poll. You can see the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Leo has finished, has been in the finals twice of DAS Masters, September and October. And looking to get back there again. The former Hopeful Circuit winner, played in the CTWC DAS Championship in 2023 and was the winner of the first CT DAS Real Tournament. What was that, 2021, 2022? I don't remember, but it was back then. So that is Leo. 189, he's going to Tetris 212, 232 for Giovanni. And Giovanni on the right side of your screen, seed number 7 from Italy. Giovanni qualified in with a 1.088 average of 2. is ranked number 4 in the most recent Premier poll. So these players are 3 and 4 in the most recent poll. Giovanni also got a 2-round bye and defeated Walbant and Blue Scooty in rounds 3 and 4 to get here to the semifinals. 306 for Leo after a Tetris, 326 for Giovanni. So about a Tetris ahead-ish for Giovanni. Lines are 1 apart. Steel CE says something in YouTube that I cannot verify at the moment, but says Leo has lost only to Andy in Das Masters. Sounds true, unverified by me, but Steel seems to know some stuff. 375 for Leo, 375 for Giovanni. So same score, same lines. Anyway, Giovanni with a 1.3 million PB. That's good for 4th on the overall leaderboard last I checked. I think this is Giovanni's 6th appearance in Das Masters. Has never been outside the top 8. Has been in the semifinals twice. That was in our first 2 months. And is now here again for a 3rd time. Giovanni was 2nd in CTWC's Das World Championship, which takes place in Germany and will be taking place again in Germany next month. Giovanni also played in Austria Regional the last 2 years. Giovanni, 425, covered well. Okay, opens it against the bar over and another bar. So I think that might have been quick tap there, whatever. I mean, that was amazing. 473 for Giovanni, 456 for Leo. The survival there, amazing. I think it was a quick tap. If so, clutch. Even if not, quick tap, still clutch. 519 for Giovanni, 504 for Leo. So level 18 is going to give way to level 19 in under 15 lines. So at 130 lines, level 19 will kick in. The speed will increase by 50%, and it will stay that speed throughout 100 lines of level changes until we get to 29, where we get to the kill screen, at least as far as Das play is concerned. 610 for Giovanni. Sets up for a Tetris, a skim here. Leo is into 19 at 598. Giovanni is in at 636. So very, very healthy transitions for both of these players, especially in a Das tournament. In a non-Das tournament, these would be excellent transitions. Serial number with the 703. That's going to get us to 770. Thank you, serial number. Still looking to get to 1200 by the end, basically, of this stream, which I know is a lot. If you are watching after the fact, please do go over to our page on Matcherino and help us out. If you're watching live, use the Matcherino command to bring up the links. All right, Leo with some cleanup to do here. And this, you know, it looks, if you're used to watching rolling matches, this looks low. But that is not low for a Das match. And this is kind of a tough... Okay, there we go. Long bar over Tetris. Leo will survive. 713. 754 for Giovanni. But yeah, if somebody could use the Matcherino command, bring up those links, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Click on the, I believe the 3rd one is the one. I haven't updated the links yet. So Masters and Das Masters are closed. The 3rd one is the one for Das Masters. Click over there, go to our prize pool partner, Matcherino. All right, Leo going to open up that right side, build out the left and the middle for a Tetris well, taking a skim here, keeping this manageable. And a long bar down, Tetris Leo, 810. Giovanni at 853. The lines are close. Giovanni ahead by 44,000 points. Tetris is on 24, worth 30,000 points. It's about a Tetris and a half lead for Giovanni. Tetris Geo, 887, 850 for Leo. So yeah, hilariously, both of the matchups in the semifinals are kind of rhymes or half rhymes. Leo and Geo. And then Andy Bendy. Long bar over Tetris Giovanni. 954, 914 for Leo. We've got 28 lines to go until level 29. That speed is going to increase again at 230 lines. And this game will be unplayable. So whatever scoring these players are going to do, they're going to have to do it quick. A21 for Giovanni. That is 1,000,000 points. 955 for Leo. And they're pretty close in lines. So Leo's got to make this up or hope something happens to Giovanni here. We are getting a little droughted. We'll see what happens. And Gio trying to keep that right side open. Takes a couple of skims, gets a long bar over for the Tetris. A72 for him. Tetris for Leo at A37. Leo's only got one more Tetris a runway here before 29 hits. Maybe if he gets it. Oh no, but Giovanni is probably not gonna be able to get a Tetris here. Probably not. So Leo needs to get some points here and doesn't know it. He needs to get the points and he's 4,000 points behind. Oh my word. Leo is gonna fall short by 4,000 points. Oh my word. So close here in game number 1. I didn't see exactly what lines Gio got at the, well, he got 230 lines, so didn't muster anything after 29, but Giovanni really just those last few lines right with the high board. Maybe the difference here, very, very close. Level 29, singles there are worth 1,200 points, doubles worth 3,000. So, you know, just a handful of lines difference between these two. So that is absolutely crazy. Giovanni is going to hang on and take game number 1. What do I have to do now? I have to give you more pieces. I forgot how to do this. Yeah, that is crazy. Utterly crazy for game number 1. Players, I'm going to give you the pieces. If you need to take a moment, you can. Although really, level 18 is kind of a break now at this point. So finding players don't need as much of a break as level 18 is that break. But you can feel free to take a moment if you need it. 15E0F3, those are the pieces. Yeah, crazy game number 1. Where are my scores? Yeah, I don't even know where my scores. Oh, there they are. I've been messing around with all my scenes here, so like my score graphics were totally gone right before the broadcast. I'm like, oh crap. So I had to rebuild all that. Excuse me. Okay, the pieces are in the chat. And thank you for the pin, Edward P.O. I don't know if it's Edward or Poe, but thank you. By the way, thanks to Chroma and Regina Phalange for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. Okay, both players on seed. How do I close that? There it is. I'm setting up my buttons again. All right, both players are ready. Game number 2. Giovanni is up 1-0. Leo looking to tie it up. All right, JTI. All right, we don't get no golden start or whatever. The rainbow start. Tetris Jazz with the Prime sub 30 months. By the way, I also want to thank JR Junior. There it is, JR Gagne Jr. for contributing to the prize pool. 4747. Thank you, Junior, for contributing to the prize pool. That gets us up to 817.47. So we're making progress. We're under 400 to go until our prize pool goal. Thank you so much, Junior. So this is the last match of our May batch of tournaments. And then we do have June tournaments to open up, which we will be doing hopefully in the next 24 to 36 hours. So a lot of quals to check in the lower tiers. And then we're going to be opening qualifiers soon, hopefully in the next few days, or it could be after CTWC for July's tournaments, which Masters, like regular Masters, will be taking a break in July. I expect June to leak well into July, so it's a good time to take a break. But we still have 2 tournaments going on in July. It's going to be Tap Masters, 186 for Leo, 167 for Giovanni. Yes, Tap Masters will be debuting in July. So qualifying for that starts in June. And that is not a monthly tournament. That is an annual tournament by player request. There's a... Oh, Giovanni. I think going for that Corian thing and did not get the rotation on that blue J. So that's going to lead to some garbage in the middle of the board. And looking to get that cleaned up. Long bar goes down that right side. A J in the middle. Nifty little tuck there. Now looking to clear this off with a J. So like living by the J. Hopefully not dying by the J. And yeah, this is turning, okay, a little monkas here for Giovanni. Gets the key tuck, slots in a long bar. It looks like he's going to be able to bring this down. But now kind of... All right, another J. And he's set up for a Tetris. He's going to have to just skim it away, take the triple on the chin. See if he's going to reestablish. And yeah, he's going, he wants a Tetris. He's like, I can't stay this long without Tetrising. I need a Tetris, and he's going to get one. 263 for Giovanni, 354 for Leo. Looks like players' boards are now low enough. But yeah, so July tournaments will be Tap Masters. That is going to be a tapping plus DAS tournament. So tap welcome. Well, let's see, DAS welcome. Tapping encouraged if you can do it, but if you want to play DAS in it, you can. It's basically don't roll. Giovanni here with some placements that are causing a little bit of a problem in the middle of his board. And he's open for a Tetris, and he needs it, and he covers it. The long bar gets over the Tetris. Can he survive the rest of this, though? Using all the tools at his disposal to try to survive this. 299 for him, 431 for Leo. Leo's got a good low flat board. Giovanni gets the T over, gets the L placed in there. The board starting to head in the right direction. But now, okay, this is heading in the right direction. We'll see what Leo does here. He does have a dirty Tetris well sitting and waiting. He exposes it. It's open. And he gets a long bar in for a Tetris. Is he going to stick with it? I think, yeah, I mean, he is. So there's another one. We'll see what he does here, if he's just going to burn it all down or try to build from here. 359 for him, 485 for Leo. So this kind of misadventure for Giovanni has led to an opportunity for Leo to build a lead. Another center well Tetris for Giovanni. And is he gonna, yeah, he's gonna stay setting up these middle well Tetrises, but level 19 hits. And no, he's gonna pass on the triple and go for the Tetris. He knows he's got a deficit here to make up, and he's gonna go for it now. Kind of a misdrop with the Z piece. Pretty disappointing after digging all that way down, get a clean board again, and then misdrop there. But Leo's left side has an errant long bar, so he's got the room to get a piece over, and he does. 569 Leo, 422 for Giovanni. And there's a center well Tetris for Giovanni. He's going to take the single there, or is he? Yeah, he is. And just a lot of bars here in a row, and just can't use any of them for Tetrises. And if he had known that many were coming, he would have filled in that board a lot different. 478 for Gio. 601 for Leo. There's a Tetris Giovanni 506. All right, Leo aggressive here with the long bar set up, but really knows he's got to make up 120,000 points on 23. Tetrises are worth 28,800. So he's got to get like 4 of these to get it closer. You know, basically four unanswered Tetrises between now, just to tighten this up a bit. But Gio with a good board now. 695 for Leo, 598 for Giovanni. Okay, Gio fills out that left side, stacking high here, going aggressive, long bar Tetris, spiring, but bringing it down. All right, he's trying to go as few burns as possible. Needs one more long bar. This is tough. This is tough. Oh, and he spins that T in. Can he get something over? Yes. Now he needs a long bar, and he gets it over. 695 for him, 765. So, yeah, Giovanni, you know, dialing in the aggression early. He's trying to make it up now. Does not want to be in a position where Leo's out to a big lead, and then he can't do anything. And this might pay off. Leo in trouble. 775. Giovanni now in the lead. Ahead in lines, though. So it's not sealed by any means, but Leo's going to spend a while burning if he even survives this. Giovanni, 830, 781 for Leo. Oh, no, and Leo is going to top out in Giovanni with the huge survival and really the early chase strats. Center well Tetris Giovanni. Giovanni knew he got down to a big deficit early on, and instead of waiting for Leo to top out, he went and chased it down early. He went aggressive. There's a center well Tetris for Giovanni. So that is absolutely crazy. The crazy aggression from Giovanni, it works perfectly. He gets way more than he needs. It's possible that score alone would have taken it against Leo, even if Leo had survived. Who knows? But an excellent game from Giovanni, masterful. And that is going to bring him up to a 2-0 lead. I mean, that was absolutely crazy. Gio just says, you know what? I got nothing to lose. Gambling the entire way and able to close that gap. And, you know, Leo just kind of fell into an issue, just like as you do. My word. All right, pieces now. 600 posts, says Hana. New pieces. Sodium Overdose has a 6-month gift subscription from Tachnerus entering month 5. So thank you, Tacky and Sodium. I guess Tacky mostly, but Sodium, thank you for being an empty vessel into which a gift sub has been deposited. New pieces are 19D651. 19D651. Yeah, literally no problem. I think literally is not a problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Giovanni, take a moment. Take a moment. Needs the water. Get your water. Ayana will be thrilled. People drinking water. Everyone take a water break right now. Hold on. I'm going to drink some water. And we have we have those 2 tournaments coming up, Tap Masters and then Stupid Tetris Monthly will be in July as well, in some form or other. It may not be the format that we were doing before. I have in mind something much bigger, which is a series of monthly single mode events leading to an annual Stupid Championship, which would be Masters level. Smart Tetris Monthly, yeah, that's what Das Masters is, Robin. that's what Das Masters is. That is Smart Tetris Monthly. Das is stupid. Das is great. So yeah, Stupid Tetris Monthly. What I'm thinking now is that we will do single mode months, whether it's going to be a full 32 tournament or not, I don't know. Maybe it'll be 16 player tournaments or something, just short ones, you know. Probably starting off with no next box, 1 month. Another month will be like, secret grade tournament, no rotation, drought hack, so forth. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let me go ahead and check seeds, make sure they are good. 19D651. Bring back the double scene from 2020. Oh my God. All right, looks like both players are ready. Leo versus Geo. Game number 3. Leo needs to win this one to stay in. Otherwise, Geo would be going to the finals. So here it is, game number 3. You want the 4-player scene back? I don't like the 4-player scene. I understand it's required, especially like live events or compressed, events. But I would much rather do like 2 people streaming on different channels than 4-way scenes, to be honest. I mean, not that I would lie about it anyway, but yeah, frankly, I'd much prefer that, just so that each match gets the attention that it deserves. $33,000 Leo. Maybe for Stupid Tetris Monthly early rounds we could do it. So 828 in the prize pool. Thank you to Rogue Potato for the 1111 to get us up to 828.58. Appreciate that. We still got 371.42 to go. When's Mega Stupid Tetris Monthly? Well, that, Bendy, is what these monthlies would lead into. What I'm proposing, or what I'm toying with, the idea that the top finishers in the monthlies would get an automatic berth into the annual Stupid Championship, and there would be other ways to qualify into, in the month, but you could guarantee your way in by getting a high finish in these monthly ones. And that way, people who aren't like, oh, I can't really do no row because I'm not like mega goated roller, whatever, still have a chance to get in and play some of the modes they might be good at, like no row and secret grade and whatever. I don't know, whatever they can do, speed runs, so forth. So I don't know. That's the idea. 194 from Giovanni, 116 for Leo. Tetris for each. And more Tetrises for each. About an 85,000 point lead for Giovanni right now. But yeah, that is kind of where my thinking is going with Stupid Tetris Monthly. I really want there to be like an annual no next box world champion. And that is in effect what I think these single mode months would be. So if you want to be the no row world champion or the speedrun world champion or whatever, that is where you can crown that. Giovanni setting up the T-spin on the left side. Gets it. 272 for him. 233 for Leo. Tetris Geo 295. Yeah, there are some people that just, aren't going to be able to play no next box, and that is traditionally what we used for qualifiers for STM. But you got to remember, those were like pretty much pre-rolling days or early rolling days where there weren't a lot of rollers and they weren't very good at it. So no next box was still open to like tappers. And, DAS players aren't that much far behind than tappers. So it's different now because I think no next box would be like just, the rollers would be overpowered at it. So that is what's leading to it as well. To my thinking of changing it up. Plus, we need a third tournament. We need more streams, guys. We're trying to be your full-time, Tetris channel here. So a third tournament monthly or mostly monthly would be really good. 436 for Giovanni, 378 for Leo. It's not the greed, Captain. I mean, I guess it is in a way, but you're greedy for Tetris. I'm greedy for wanting to provide you Tetris. It's win-win. Leo in trouble. That right side is a problem. He knows he's not going to survive. Leo going to top out at 380, and Giovanni going to sweep his way into the finals. So, Gio, you are going to the finals. So you stick around, Leo. You played great, as always. A great run. Always a pleasure to see Leo in this. Leo, of course, dangerous player. Is going to win one of these days. But this month, not going to have a shot. Gio will have a shot. Let's give Gio his 3. There it is. We are going to set up for our next match. It's going to be Andy versus Bendy, 1 versus 12. I guess we can watch Giovanni play a little bit, but I do got to set up for the next one because we are best of 7 in the finals. So I'll start deconstructing the thing right now. And we'll watch as much as we can. You don't have to stop playing, of course. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but okay. Let's see. It's going to be what? That is gone. That is gone. This is here and that. No. What is it? Purple? Yeah, there it is. We got, if he gets a max out, we got to get that in the books, right? Oh, look at Bendy. He's doing amazing. All right, 870 for, I was going to say Bendy for Giovanni. Does this still count as, if he gets the max, is it still a comp max? I mean, I feel like there's got to be a limit, right? I mean, like, someone club zeros and you go on to max. Is that, you know, is that a comp max? What's my plan for streaming during CTWC? Oh yeah, that's a good question. I think I'm going to be on the entire time. I'll be on monthly Tetris. We'll do a watch along. I'm not going to show, you know, the stream, of course. I don't think that would be right, but you know, just a watch along and hang out during the breaks and do whatever. So yeah, I think I'll be online for most of it. Bendy. Oh wait, Bendy. Oh no, Bendy. Rip. All right. We're gonna switch this over to what? Seed 12, I think Bendy is. Seed 12. All right, looks like we have 2 players who are live. That's good news. That's more than I was expecting. I'm going to CTWC in my CTM merch. That's right, serial number. Of course. Of course. Yeah, there is not still time to get CTM merch to bring it to CTWC, so. We are at $828.58 in that prize pool, under 400 to go. Thanks to Rogue Potato Jr., serial number, Mr. Borrow, and Andy Co. and Rogue Potato again. So thanks to those of you who have done that. Would love to get to our 1,200. May have to lower that to 1,000 in subsequent months, but if you do have the ability to contribute to that prize pool, this is like the last broadcast, so pretty much the last chance, unless you are watching after the fact and go to go.ctm.gg/DASPrize, which I hope points to this, but if it doesn't, it will. I'll switch it right after. What's up with the cursive G? What do you mean, what's up with the cursive G? What do you mean? Well, I don't understand what you mean. The cursive G? Yeah, I don't know where you're talking about, Shabadab. All right. If anybody knows Andy, just go kick him or something. I'm going to refresh his stream. Nah, we're waiting. It's a very tight scheduling window we had. If we didn't do it today, then it was probably not going to happen until after the middle of the month. So I'm just grateful. Did you forget about SMS Slower Masters September? Do people really want slower masters? How would we slow that down? What would be the way to slow that down? Like what? Just rip off the level 12 tournament and a 29 line cap? Yeah, I don't know, Jay. You've mentioned that a couple times. I don't know. This is Jay surreptitiously trying to, just sneakily like, oh, it's at the same time. Oh, over Tap Masters, which happens to be over at such and such a channel. This is him trying to snipe a little bit, right? Admit it, Jay. Admit it. Or we aren't friends anymore. Admit it. 18 start, 19 cap. I mean, it's fine. You can all go watch C-Tap finals if you want. I don't care. It's good. Do it. You have mastered the art of subtly. You've mastered the art of subtly? Oh my goodness. Not the art of spelling, though. That still eludes you. All right, is there an Andy in the house? We would like to get this started because that is how subtlety is spelt. Subtlety is not spelled subtly. Okay. There's 2 T's in subtlety. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Junior, I'm thinking maybe. All right, if anybody knows Pixel Andy, tell him to get here. We do have another match, and it is a best of 7. So, and every minute that we're waiting, we're making Giovanni wait. So, and he's in Europe. So, where is Andy? I don't know. He's streaming, but I don't know. I don't know where he is. You're here? Well, you're not. You're here, but you're not ready. Like, what does here mean? I mean, I don't, There. Oh, there he is. Now he's here. He's here. Giovanni, I was trying to use you as an excuse to cajole Andy a bit. He's here. But Jay, is he watching the C-Tap finals? Which are happening at the exact same time as Das Masters? Oh, he's not because he's not watching the C-Tap finals, which are happening exactly at the same time as Das Masters. All right, players, when you're both seated, I will put the seeds in the channel. C-Tap on which channel? I don't even know. What is the channel? Jay, you may as well just fully promote it. All right. What is the thing? Jay plays. It's over at Jay Plays Tetris on Twitch. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but All right, I saw 2 players on Twitch only. All right, players are here. 4 Charlie, 6 B, 6 E. 4 Charlie, 6 Bravo, 6 Echo. Andy versus Bendy. Both players are on their way to what? CTWC. Should I know what CTAP is? Oh, I guess it's Classic Tetris app. No, wait. Classic Tap. What does CTAP stand for? Just Classic Tap? Classic Tetris. Classic Tetris AP. What is it? Yeah, don't make a slide. I'm not putting slides up. I can't keep up with slides. I can't keep up with slides. I can keep up with like, hey, can you play this like, you know, one time on this day? I can't keep up with, I'm dropping a slide. I'm dropping a slide. I can't do it. I just don't have that ability. If you tell me to run it one, I guess basically my policy on slides is I will run a slide for a specific event, but not for an ongoing series of events. Time limited event that I can just delete the slide, right? Okay. Looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and check them and make sure they are. I can't believe it. 4C6 B6E, 4C6 B6E. All right, looks like both players are ready. Pixel, Andy, and Bendy. Andy, Bendy in the semifinals. The winner goes to the finals in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, they're moving. Their players are moving. Tetris is starting. Cameras are being adjusted right now. And they are playing Tetris, which is great. On the left side of your screen, it is 5-time DAS Masters winner, Pixel Andy. We have held this tournament 7 times. Is that right? 7 times? Pixel Andy has won 5 times. And the other 2 are won by, a relative of his, Dog playing Tetris. Pixel Andy, the #1 seed in this tournament for this month, as he often is. Not always, but often. Andy qualified in with a 1.15 million. That was the #1 seed. That is the average of his best 2 games played in a 60-minute qualifying period. He's from the United States. He's got an overall, not an overall, but a DAS PB of 1.32 million. The last time I checked, that's good for about 4th on the overall list. He's ranked #1 in DAS in the most recent Premier poll. You can check out the full results over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. He's also a 4-time Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event winner, most recently in August of 2023. 114 for Bendy, 128 for Pixel Andy. He was the runner-up in CTWC in 2020. In the semis the next 2 years, top 8 in 2023, top 16 in 2024. He's a back-to-back winner of the Waco Regional. 143 for Bendy, 137 for Pixel Andy. And Andy opened for a dirty Tetris and gets it. He's at 161, Bendy at 166. Pixel Andy, in virtue of his #1 seeding, got a 2-round bye, defeated Fractal, the Classic Tetris World Champion Jonas Cup winner. And Eliash in the top 8. And it's now here in the semifinals. Of course, one of the game crashers, and I'm surprised we haven't had really any more game crashers. He was the third one. We've got what, 10 still 10. That seems crazy to me. Maybe it's 11, but I think it's still 10. 237 for Pixel Andy, 261 for Bendy. On the right side, it is Bendy. Seed number 12. Got a one-round bye in virtue of his number 12 seeding. Qualified in with a 1.053. Defeated Maestro in round 2. Rorschach in the top 16. And NGC Man in the top 8. So that's it's a pretty difficult road. Now here having to face, unarguably the most successful DAS player in this tournament's short history. 292 for Pixel Andy, 376 for Bendy. These two have met in this tournament in the past. In January, they were in the finals. And of course, we know the result of that. So Bendy looking for a little bit of revenge. Bendy with a DAS resume that includes being the first player to clear B-type level 19 height 5 with DAS. Had never been done before in recorded history. Bendy did it. Bendy was also in the semifinals of this event in February. He's a former Hopeful Circuit winner and is the reigning winner of the silver bracket. Won that last year at CTWC. I'm sure he's hoping to go deeper this time, make it into gold, and I feel like he's got a shot. $455 for Bendy, $414 for Pixel Andy. So Bendy right now, about a 64,000 point lead. We are into level 19. Bendy's at 510. Pixel Andy at 444. And Bendy is going to top out. He had a stack there. It just got too high on the right side. Had to start piling pieces in the middle and could not get a bail bar. And so 511 is the target for Pixel Andy. 511 is the target. 10,000 to go. And he knows the situation, so you can see him just taking these conservative singles. And obviously, plenty of time. Oh, setting up a Buko here. Not going to go for the Buko. Okay, yeah, he gets that. He's at 510 exactly, so 511 is the target. Needed that one single. Okay, there it was. All right, so a little risky bisky there for Pixel Andy, but he's going to hang on. How does he not go for the Buko? How does he not go for that? What the heck? What a chicken. All right, Pixel Andy gonna take game number 1. Bendy with that early early top out, level 19 early at this point. I don't know, is it early? It's just a level 19 top out. All right, we're going to go ahead and get these players some new pieces. He was going to try and push down. Yeah, he was going to try. I could tell. He was going to try and push down. He had 19 points to go and a, fully dropped piece, with which you couldn't get because his board had pieces on it, is 16. So that would have been very risky bisky to do. Probably not worth it, but maybe worth it. New pieces are here. 0B3519. Let's see. What do I have open that's consuming? Let me quit this. CPU is running a little higher than normal. Anytime it's above 10%, then it's like pretty high. So what can I close? Google Sheets, probably a good idea. Discord, don't need that. Lapis, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 8-month streak. Thank you. 22 months overall. Says Bendy, I graduated high school yesterday, so your gift to me should be beating Andy. All right, Lapis. Looking for Andy to go out. Oh, wait. Bendy got... Oh, whoops. Andy's like, where's my point? There you go. All right, there we go. You put the 1 on the wrong person, Vandy. All right. Both players are ready. I think they're on seed. We'll just assume they are, and then whatever. Game number 2. Bendy, now you get no score now. There it is. You're 0. So game number 2, Pixel Andy up 1 game to none. Yeah, my scores are all messed up. I've been redoing my scenes and I realized I got the wrong numbers on there. So I had to find the old numbers, put on the numbers. It's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm kind of refreshing the visual look of the stream. Just getting, you get tired of it. I get tired of it. And I got to change it up every so often. I cannot just keep it the same year after year. 46,000 for Bendy, 46,000 for Pixel Andy as we get underway early. And I think that we are having a little bit of a drought? No, I guess not. The 7 bars on Andy's side. Lapis says, man, Bendy really needs this money to get some better internet or something. That's a good reminder. I'm going to keep harping on the prize pool because, doing what I can. I got to support these players. They've got kids and businesses and alimony payments and child support payments. So we got to get these players their monies. So if you want to support these players, use the Matcherino command, bring up the links. Third link is the one for Das Masters. 165 for Bendy, 165 for Andy. 5 pushdown points was the difference. Use Ethernet cable. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go. Not always practical, but, I run a physical wire from another room, like just trailing on the floor. Sue loves it. Tetris, Bendy, 236, 215. Pixel, Andy. Oh, Bendy gonna block that right side. That is fatal. That is fatal. So kind of a double flip situation there for Bendy. He's gonna top out at 237, giving Andy a gift in game 2. And Andy, not a player you can afford to give a gift, especially in a best of 5. That double flipping. What the heck? Andy is good and takes game number 2 to go up 2 games to none. I don't know if that doesn't seem like a double flip or just maybe an inadvertent flip, like an accidental button press or shadow burn. You think it was a shadow burn? Could be. I don't know. All right, players, you can take a moment if you need it. I'm going to put the seeds in chat, but The seed is here. Oh, the hat is backward. Rally caps are on. 7-2 CD FB. Seven two Charlie Delta Foxtrot Bravo. Contribution. Abby Normal with the tier 1 sub, 51 months. Thank you, Abby Normal. Deep Shock with the raid. Party of 5. Thank you very, very much for that. Seven two compact disc Facebook. The two current technologies that embraced by the young generation. $10 contribution from Abby. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, there was a $10 contribution into the prize pool from Abby. Thank you so much, Abby Normal 33. Really appreciate that. That brings us up to 838.58. We're getting closer, ever closer to our top 8 incentive, $1,200. All right, looks like both players are ready. Bendy has got to win one. Pixel Andy looking to wrap it up right now. Get to the finals yet again. Game 3 starts right now, or in a second, or as soon as Andy sits down. Any moment now. There they go. Andy loves standing. Standy Andy. Mino Floof is here. All right, Pixel Andy with a little triple flip there of the J piece. Gets a long bar down. Got a couple of gaps in the stack early. Robin Tetris says, what happened to that old ass chair he used to play on? Yeah, upgrade, man. Yeah, upgrading. You know? He's not standing still. He's like, I got to improve my equipment. You know, invest in better equipment, better performance. You know, better equipment, better performance. Bendy gets one over. He's got like a flat board with like a little obelisk sticking out of it, but building around it. Doesn't have to take the skim because the long bar was coming. 119 for Bendy. And a bunch of bars here. Bendy finally able to use that last one for a Tetris after a little bit of an adjustment. All right, Bendy. He's setting up. He gets it. Column A Tetris, 166. Bendy, 103 for Pixel Andy, who gets a Tetris 126. Thank you, Zelazawi, for exposing the Matcherino links. The third one is the one for Das. We got tournaments launching in the next 24 to 36 hours. Both Das and Masters. Zelazawi with the $12 contribution gets us up to 850.58. Thank you, Zelazawi. All right, Bendy going to clear some of this away. Set up for a triple in the middle of the stack, but blocks the well just as the bar is coming at it. So it's not a Tetris well, but it's a well of sorts. All right, Bendy treading water just a little bit. This is going to be tough for Bendy. try to survive. Oh, no, that left side is blocked off, and that is going to do it. Andy with a quick sweep of Bendy. K9 watching Tetris with the 149.41 to get us to 999.99. So, yeah, Bendy, probably not his favorite performance, but he got all the way to the semis against a really the toughest competitor. So Bendy deserves some kudos for that. Certainly not the way he wanted to go out. Of course, didn't want to go out at all. But if you're going to go out, probably not the way. So anyway, thank you, K9 watching Tetris, for the contribution to that prize pool. That puts us, we're just $200.01 away from our incentive. So we are getting there. Andy is in. I got to report these matches, by the way. I didn't. So what was Gio a sweep? Gio was a sweep, right? Yeah, both were sweeps. And we'll get this finals going. That's going to be a best of 7. So anyway, GG's to you, Bendy. Good luck in all your future endeavors. Hope to see you here again. And let me just report these. We'll get that next match going. There's always been an Arteaga in the finals. It continues. This is going to be a best of 7. Let's see. So Pixelani number 1, and then what was Giovanni number 7? All right, that makes things easy, kinda. You know, for my purposes, like I don't care who wins, but it's always good if like the top seeded player like wins and is already on the left and set up, and then the other player is on the right. Christopher Winter says 2 level 18 top outs this close to the finals goes to show that one wrong move in DAS can kill your game easily. Yeah. And if like 2 wrong moves, like pretty much fatal. Like 1 wrong move, you can survive. Sometimes. 2 wrong moves, very hard to do. This is going to be what? Orange and teal. Was Giovanni teal? Or aqua, whatever. Okay, we're going to take a moment, folks. I just need a moment, and these players, of course, taking a moment. I'm going to run an ad. We haven't run any ads, so we got to pay for this whole business. And we'll be right back. I'm just going to put it on this screen here. And I'll be right back. Oh shoot, the finals is in its like new location in the new scene there, so I gotta tap through that over. That's a miss. Actually, maybe I can find the old one. No, that's interesting. Okay, I'll tap it over. All right. Yeah, my new layout has a new location for the day, for the date and the rounds. There it is. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. So nice. Well, I am just about ready. So if our players are ready, that would be good. One of our players is here. The other one with the Herman Miller Aeron chair. All right, the other one is here. Let's give him pieces. C327E9. XQC. What? Why are people talking about XQC? 2222 Canadian super chat from Dano. Thank you, Dano. Appreciate that. 2222 says, "Go Andy, go." All right, so we know where Dano's loyalties lie. And who's rooting for Geo? Who's rooting for Andy? That's what we all need to know. All right, Tolstoy rooting for Geo. All right, looks like both players are ready. Now remember, this is a best of 7 between Pixel, Andy, and Giovanni. The first player to 4 wins the match. Let us get them started. It's the finals. Pixel Andy versus Giovanni in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is 5-time DAS Masters champion Pixel Andy. He has won this event 5 out of the 7 times that we've held it. What is that? July, July, the first time we had it, September, October, January, and was it February? I believe so. Giovanni making his first appearance in the finals, been in the semifinals 2 times. One of the months that Pixel Andy did not win, the player who knocked him out was Giovanni in the top 8. That was in August of 2024. Giovanni took out Pixel Andy, but there was just Artiaga's all the way down. Dog was next. And Dog, of course, went out to win that tournament, so that's how that match went. 85,000 here for Pixel Andy, 100,000 for Giovanni. 2 fairly evenly matched players. Pixel Andy ranked number 1 in the Premier Poll. Giovanni ranked number 4. Go to premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. Both players with PBs of 1.32 million. Giovanni's slightly higher, about 2,000 points higher. So pretty darn close in PB, super close in ranking. $155 Pixelandy, $149 Giovanni. Both players getting 2-round buys. Pixelandy took out Fractal in the top 16, Eliash in the top 8, and Bendy in the final 4. That's a pretty tough slate of competitors. Giovanni got that 2-round buy, took out Wallbant, then Blue Scooty, and then Leo. 228 for Pixelandy, 201 for Giovanni. This is a best of 7. So the first player to 4 wins is the winner of the match, and therefore of the tournament. We had our 2 remaining Americans played each other in the semis. Our 2 remaining Europeans played each other in the semis. So now it's the USA versus the world. Giovanni representing the world. 292 for Giovanni, 262 for Pixelandy. Pixelandy was the runner-up in the CTWC in 2020. Giovanni, the runner-up in CTWC's DAS World Championship in Germany last year. Finished second to Robin. And Giovanni looking to take this DAS Masters match. This whole tournament. Get a first place next to his name. 371 for him. 333 for Pixelandy. A skimming at Tetris for Giovanni. 396. 380 on the nose for Pixelandy. Okay, about 20 lines to go till the level 19 transition for Giovanni. The speed is going to increase by 50%. The players trying to get what points they can before that 19 speed increase hits and then take their stacks down a bit. They can play a little lower on the board. Only 2 players have beaten Pixelandy in this tournament, and thereby knocking him out. One of them, Giovanni, 541 for him, 542 for Pixelandy. Giovanni's into level 19. But Giovanni was one of them, and the other one was his own brother in March. Tetris Giovanni 592. Pixelandy's into 19 at 567. Tetris for Giovanni. He's got a gap on row 1 though, or a hole. I should say hole. A gap is on the surface of your stack. A hole is in the middle of your stack, and I don't know. I always get that. I always just say the wrong thing. 621 Pixelandy, 625 for Giovanni. He's got a column 7 well that he's trying to keep open. The board continues to climb, and sometimes you just choose the wrong time to go center well. And hopefully try to survive this. 653 for Pixel Andy. Giovanni takes that stack down a bit, exposes that well. And long bar goes in. Tetris, Giovanni. That'll help bring his stack down as well. 698. Pixel Andy, 685. But Andy is back by 13 lines. So pace-wise, Andy, has an advantage. Of course, now has holes in the board. He's trying to fill in. Both of them do. And, Das on level 19. Of course, if you're used to watching, rolling matches, modern matches with open play style dominated by rolling. So, this is not that big. What's the big deal? It's not that, it's not that fast, not that high. So difficult. T-spin there for Giovanni. Opens up the right side, needs a quick bar, gets square over. Long bar gets over Tetris. Giovanni, 774, 767. For Pixel Andy. Giovanni with another bar gets over. Taking a couple of skims here. 811 for him. 767 for Pixel Andy. Andy has got holes in the stack, though. Gets a Tetris in, but so does Giovanni. So both players trying to bring this down. Giovanni, ahead by 20,000 points, but also 10 lines ahead. He's going to hit 29 in, under 20 lines. Andy's still with like 20-something lines to go. So Giovanni knows that, and he's setting up for a Tetris. He's gambling. He knows he's going to need to get it eventually. He's not going to count on Andy just topping out. He's going aggressive and taking the points, and this is what we have seen in Giovanni in the earlier match against Leo. He just went for it, and he makes the decision early, like, am I going to need points? I'm not going to wait around. I'm not going to leave my fate in another player's hands. Gets another Tetris, 936 for Giovanni. So all he can do now is sit and watch and wait. 10 lines to go for Pixel Andy. 2 Tetrises would do it, but he's not really in a position now. Here's this thing for Andy. He does have this post-29 playability that, okay, he's actually, if he can set up for a Tetris here, he can go no burns. He has to go no burns to get this. And he's getting, he's got the pieces to do it, and he's set up. He needs the bar. Where is the bar? The bar gets in, and he gets over, and Pixel Andy is going to take it. He snakes that long bar in to that messy stack. He had a Tetris buried in there, and he gets it at the last possible moment. What an end here in game number 1. Oh, my word. What a game. Both players doing really everything they can possibly do. Giovanni, going aggressive early, knows he needed the points, and yeah, he needed them, but Andy somehow able to weasel out of it with a long bar down, just snaking through and finding a Tetris dirty to take game number 1. That is totally crazy. Wow. All right. And all right, for the first time in this tournament's history, Andy smiles. There you go. Very good. All right, players, you can take a moment if you need it, but I'm going to give you pieces here. DCC4ED. DCC4ED. I mean, both players really putting on a clinic. I mean, Giovanni obviously didn't get the point to that one, but, Giovanni, that's his style. If he gets behind, he is not going to wait around and hope his opponent tops out, especially in these later rounds, these finals rounds, semis rounds. He knows the players he's up against and what they're capable of. So he's just going to go get those points while he can. And he was right. He needed it. He couldn't even get enough, but he knew what he needed. Yeah, no. Seed Checker says no. Seed Checker says no. DCC4ED. Seed Checker says no. Andy, you gotta fix that seed. All right, DCC 4ED, both players are on seed. Both players have signaled ready for game number 2. Pixel Andy up 1-0 in this best of 7. Oh my God, we got a 3-2-1 tortoise. That's rare. We have a countdown bot if you're watching on YouTube or watching the VOD or whatever. We have a countdown bot, and programmed in are a couple little Easter eggs. One is 3-2-1 Texas, one is 3-2-1 tortoise. And those are pretty rare. I haven't seen tortoise come up in years. I don't know what the odds are on that, but there it is. What does that mean? What does it mean? So Giovanni actually has a Buko spin set up, but he's not going to wait around. He's going to just take care of it. If he had gotten an L piece, it would have been interesting to see if he went for the Buko. Tetris for Pixel Andy, 70,000, 51,000 for Giovanni. 1 out of 100. I think it's rarer than 1 out of 100. I could be wrong, but I think it might be 1 out of 500. And I don't even remember what else is in there. Of course, there was the big scandal where I had added into there, like, we are calling you about your car's extended warranty or something. That was instead of 3-2-1 Tetris, it was 3-2-1. We are calling you about your extended warranty. And a player was so distracted by that. And they blamed that for losing a match. 166 for Giovanni. So the meme's a lot rarer in the countdown bot nowadays. No name. I won't tell you who it was. There's the spin tuck of the Z for Giovanni. Don't say who it is, if you know who it is, or we'll mute you from this channel. 212 for Giovanni. 208 for Pixel Andy. You didn't know that spin was possible. That Z spin? Yep. The spin tuck with the Z. It looks great when you do it that way. You'll see it a lot more often over in like column 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or column 8, 9, 10, I guess. Or no, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 283 for Giovanni, 256 for Pixel Andy. Long bar down, Andy, 279. Tetris, Giovanni, 312, 285 for Pixel Andy. Oh, Giovanni setting up that T-spin because he knows he can like build out that left side. You know, rather than having a little notch up against that left side wall, he can move that piece all the way to the left if he can nail the T-spin. And of course, Giovanni, a lot of confidence in all the moves. 405 for Giovanni through 85. Pretty good. 383 for Pixel Andy. Might have been a little misdrop there for Giovanni. Well, he was scratchy. That's one of the big nemesis of the classic Tetris player is itches and scratching or a bug flying around. Pollo, this is the finals indeed. You always sneeze and misdrop. Yeah, I try to. It's really tough because like I want to. Now when I play, I'm in my office and nobody else is in my office, but I still want to cover my, stupid face when I'm sneezing. And how do you do that? I can't do it. So my backup is to try to sneeze with my eyes open, and that's not easy either. 459 for Giovanni, 436 for Pixel Andy. So Andy up kind of above where the next box would be. Poyo, no. It's only been won by Andy and Dog. $446 for Pixel Andy, $527 Long Bar in Giovanni, $550 through $119. So another 4 Tetrises available. 4, 3, 3. Yeah, 3 Tetrises available. I know math. Oh, Giovanni cannot get that S all the way to the right side. So now he's got to be a little careful and really kind of just needs RNG to help him out. This is really tough, Giovanni, and that's going to be a top out of 551. That is a top out. The chase down here for Pixel Andy is going to be 552. And yeah, that drought entering the 19 kind of transition phase, pretty bad. But Andy gets a Tetris 535. And of course, you know, that information Andy knows. So he knows a top out was happening just into 19, so he can adjust, and he's just got 10,000 to chase down here, and that, of course, he's got all day. So pretty tough giving a game to Andy at all. So that's he can finish this out. That's going to do it. Andy going to take game number 2, go up 2 games to none. Now, this is a best of 7, so the players got to get to 4 in order to win. So a lot of Tetris to be played. And we'll find where Andy's score is. There it is. And give him that. Okay, we are up to $1,013 thanks to Chris Winter 92. Says let's go finals, dropping $13.55 into the prize pool. Thank you, Chris Winter. Under $200 to go. This is the last match we've got to try to get that, because I do want to pay these players pretty soon. You know, the players in this tournament, just to go into CTWC, they can always use some walking around money, so I don't want to delay the payout. So it's probably going to be the last opportunity we have to contribute to that prize pool. $186.46 to go. Yeah, $186.46. We're so close. What's up, Chen? Pieces are... let me pin him here. 009C54. Seed is good, right? For both these? Yeah, I think so. 009C54. Both players are ready. It is game number 3. Pixel Andy and Giovanni. Giovanni looking to get one back here. You do not want to go down 3 games to none against Pixel Andy. So Giovanni, it's not a must win, but it's a really, really, really would like to win. Of course, I feel like every game against Andy is a must win. I mean, all right, the 5 below set up for Giovanni. Long bar in Tetris. Giovanni is skimming at Tetris for Pixel Andy. Both players are at 24,000. We start in game 3. Best of finals only. Best of 7 only in the finals. I think otherwise it's too much. 8-Bit Lord says Skibbity Tetris. I don't really know what that means or why you said that. Just seems like a non sequitur, but thank you for your engagement in this channel, regardless. People always say that. I don't get it. All right, tied in score in lines again through 22 lines. It sounds sus. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it sounds. People just say it at these random times. It doesn't make sense. Tetris for Giovanni, 127. Mr. Brain with the 646 gets us up to 1020. $180 to go to reach our goals. You guys have been so generous this stream. Would love to meet our goal. I may bring this goal down in subsequent months, maybe to 1,000, as we introduce potentially a monthly Stupid Tetris Monthly tournament. Vicious Rhubarb has a theory. Does the fact that Skim and a Tetris sounds like Skibbity Tetris make the Tetris that comes after a Skim quite Skibbity? Yeah, I don't really understand what you're saying by any of that or what you're postulating, but again, I appreciate the engagement. Vicious Rhubarb. 242 for Giovanni, 218, and a Tetris for Pixelandy, 241, and one for Giovanni. Vandy, any opinions for the Nev videos on the CTWC channel? I don't know what the Nev... You mean new videos? Yeah, I haven't really watched them. I think I appear in one of them, and I just don't want to... I don't want to look at that. I don't need to see that. But I'm glad they're being posted. It's great. $292 for Giovanni, $259 for Pixelandy. But of course, CTWC in just a few days. It's June 4th. Spin Tuck of the T for Giovanni, a Skim and a Tetris for Giovanni, $339, $307 for Pixelandy, and another Tetris Geo. So both with 84 lines, Giovanni up by 33,000 points, Tetris and a half. So yeah, CTWC in just a few days. I don't know exactly the schedule. I forget if there's anything on Friday. But I think I'm streaming most of the time here on Monthly Tetris. Do a little watch along party. Of course, we will not show the live footage. But, you know, for those of you who are unable to go, don't want to go, whatever, we can hang out here all casual like. I'll try to contain my spicy takes, but I mean, I'm not going. I don't know if I'll ever go, but I don't know. Should be a fun time just to watch, and I'm going to be watching anyway, so may as well hang out with you all. 480 for Giovanni, 430 for Pixelandy. Quals are Friday. Yeah, it's kind of one of the reasons I love going and seeing everybody, and I love doing comms, although that wasn't going to happen this year. But I don't know. I kind of like having a certain distance now, because then I'm free to say whatever I want. Whereas if I were involved, then, you know, if you're involved with somebody, you don't go, oh, thanks. You know, I'm part of this, but also this sucks, right? So not obviously it doesn't suck, but I want to be honest, you know. 548 for Pixelandy, 573 for Giovanni. And I don't mean anything sucks. You know what I mean? I mean it's a great tournament. It's a great time, and they do a great job over there. But I do want to, I don't know, I do like having a certain distance, editorial distance, so that I can just, you know, feel free to say what I want. Tetris for Giovanni, 654, 604 for Pixelandy. Yeah, I would say so, Fireworks. Yeah, especially if you're being hired, right? People aren't hiring you to... Oh boy, Pixelandy there, 641. bringing this down. Giovanni bringing it down 709. Yeah, if you're being hired, especially, you know, nobody's paying you to, you know, criticize him publicly. But 741 for Giovanni. But yeah, I like to say what I want. 746 for Giovanni, 657 for Pixel Andy. How do I feel about the location change to California? Yeah, I mean, it makes me less likely to go. 694 for Pixel Andy, 807 for Giovanni. Fancy me says, say what you want, Vandy, tier 1 resub, 13 months. 839 Giovanni, you got a big lead over Andy right now, over 100,000 points. And so Andy's going to have to start thinking about maybe pulling a Giovanni and going aggro. Giovanni's got a good lead, 874, 733. I have nothing against California except the Los Angeles area, really, just the transportation. So annoying, so expensive. You know, one thing, it's expensive, taxes. It just, everything, and you know, just the cost of things there just seems very expensive. And honestly, I'm on a limited budget, so I'm on a fixed income. All right, 847 for Pixel Lady. Max out for Giovanni. So yeah, I don't know. I like going to Portland better. Weather's better for me too. A77 Giovanni, 916 for Andy. And, you know, of course, there's always the Andy playing into level 32 factor that you got to consider. There's a Tetris Giovanni B15, whether Andy can chase down, you know, 165. And yeah, no, not going to happen. Both players going to top out. Giovanni takes game 3 handily with a 1.15. 200,000 point lead at 29. Am I going to make it to Jonas Cup though? Maybe. So Giovanni takes a game. He needed it. If I go to Jonas Cup, it's only as a fan. All right, new pieces for these players. Players, you can take a moment. Feel free. You can totally take a moment, but the pieces are here if you want to put them in. But yeah, Jonas Cup, I probably, yeah, going forward, if I go CTWC stuff, it's only as a fan, so. Or as a player. As a player. Maybe as a player, but. Not in any other role. All right, looks like both players have signaled ready. CC94CC. It is game number 4 in a best of 7. Pixel Andy is up 2 games to 1. Giovanni would love to win this one and tie it up. All right, both players signal ready. We count it down. They both stand up. It is best of 7. Yes, Yaka, best of 7 in the finals now. You know, best of 7, you can guarantee there's no other matches after this one. Unless they're playing like CTL or DCL or something, but that's not my problem. But yeah, I do like best of 7, but I don't like to. I don't want to make it best of 7 throughout the tournament because I think that's just too much. Like potentially 14 games is a lot. Dirty Tetris Giovanni 28,000. There's Andy's first Tetris 31,000. DJ Mr. Burrow says Danny Cox paid $7 for a corn dog at a place I recommended to him. I was kind of embarrassed. I'll make it up to him on Friday. All right, there you go. $7 for a corn dog should be a crime. I mean, listen, the market will bear it. You're a captive audience there in California. You can't, you know, it's big. You can't go to a neighboring state to get a deal on a corn dog. So that's what the market will bear, I guess. 148 for Pixel Andy, 126 for Giovanni. You paid $30 for a coffee and a lame croissant, which you believe had spoiled meat. Some people pay a lot of money for spoiled meat. It's a delicacy. I don't know, Pollo. You come from a country that eats corn fungus, so I don't know if you can talk. Wheat la coche? Oh, my God. $199 for Pixel Andy, $157 for Giovanni. There's a skim for Giovanni. Tetris Pixel Andy, $225. There's one Giovanni, $204. Same line count. You won't get offended because most Americans don't know what wheat la coche is. Yeah, it's not. It's not something I go back to. Vanny, can you get some 1.2 luck? Yeah, here it is. Ready? Luck. You're welcome. We got $180 to go in this prize pool. Sorry to harp on it, guys, but to me it's super important, you know, just to try to get as much as I can for these players so I try not to be a broken record. But on the other hand, you know, I feel like I got to do it on behalf of these players. So if you do want to contribute to the prize pool, you can get us some part of the way there. This is the last match of the tournament. So realistically, our last chance to try to make our prize pool goal of 1,200. If we get to 1,200, we can pay our players, our top 8 players instead of just the top 4. So whatever you got kicking around, that would help a lot. 180 left. I get it, you know, economic uncertainty, all that. Are we paying tariffs? Are we not paying tariffs? Who pays the tariffs? Nobody knows. So I get it. 360 for Pixel Andy, 352 for Giovanni. Papa Petro with the Prime sub. That's a good reminder. Thank you, Papa Petro. Appreciate that. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you do get a Twitch Prime subscription that you can grant to the streamer of your choice once a month. But it's use it or lose it. You cannot save them up, so don't lose it. And consider using it for our channel once in a while. Tetris Giovanni 422. There's one Pixel Andy 431. Andy ahead by 1 line. Timothodius with the Prime sub. Thank you, Timothodius. That could be, now, are you Timothodius because you're odious or because you're like some sort of Greek god or something? Oh, the line spin for Geo. I missed it while I was thanking Timothodius. Yeah, thanks a lot, Timothodius. Distracting me with that Prime sub. Andy is into 19, 507, 493 for Giovanni. Oh, it was a false alarm? Oh, all right. Tetris for Pixel Andy, 556, 519 for Giovanni. The spin for Giovanni, the burn, the Tetris, 544. Timothodius, all right. You don't remember when you made it or probably even why, but there it is. Thank you so much. Appreciate that Prime sub. 547, Giovanni, 562 for Pixel Andy. Poyo says, Geo is fearless, so cool to watch. Yes, indeed. So 50, about 40,000 points behind Giovanni, but also, all right, now the lines are tied. The lines are tied, so 12,000 point lead for Pixel Andy. So it's less than half a Tetris. 611 Giovanni. He's got the score lead right now. Triple for Pixel Andy. Tetris for Pixel Andy. 630. Tetris for Giovanni. Barely skates that bar over to the right side. 667. Oh, my word. Andy is set up for the Tetris. Long bar gets over 691. Giovanni filling out that left side. Oh my word, that long bar to the right side. I think he tried to tap it over. Gets another one over though, 699. He takes that triple and he's going to open up a center well Tetris or middle well column 3. There's a Tetris Giovanni, 739. He's ahead by 8,000 points, back by 4 lines. So we, if it comes to the end, then that very well could be. Look at that adjustment for Giovanni with that T-piece. Are you serious? And a Tetris Giovanni, he gets Tetris earlier than he should have, really. What the heck are we watching? 800,000 for him. Tetris, Pixel Andy, 795. Tetris Giovanni. Another Tetris Giovanni. There's one for Pixel Andy. Giovanni, one line apart. Giovanni ahead by 37,000 points. Tetris Pixel Andy, though, he's got holes in the stack. He's going to have to clear those away. Giovanni with a clean stack takes a skim, can afford it. There's a Tetris Giovanni, 933. So Andy still cleaning the middle of the board. Oh. Okay, that bar gets to the left. No really great place for a square. And Andy just in this slowdown, which seems endless. Giovanni with the max out. He's ahead by about 175,000 points with just a few lines to go until level 29. So I'm not sure what Andy can do otherwise, except try to get a Tetris here and then maybe, setting up for 2, even setting up for 2 or 3 isn't going to do it. He's going to have to kind of skate this out. And he's not going to be able to do that. No level 32 chase downs for Pixel Andy. Giovanni is good. Passing on Tetrises. He doesn't know how many he needs, but he is good. The long bar goes in. And was he going to get another? And no, it wasn't, but it doesn't matter. Giovanni is good, and he's tied this up 2 games apiece. So what a performance from Giovanni, squeezing out efficiency along the way with adjustments to get himself, Tetris ready earlier, burn free. Really could have been the difference in this one. Just a few moves like that. Totally crazy. All right, where's it? There it is. All right, 2-2. That said, it was high enough for double Kiltrus if it was clean. It is best of 7. It is best of 7. Players, take a moment if you need it. Honestly, I could use a moment. I'm going to drop the seeds and then give me 30 seconds or so. I'll be right back. So here's the seeds, but you have a minute if you want. Okay, I am back, players. So if you are ready to start, I'm just about ready to start. 5155 BC. Bravo, Charlie. Fifty-one, 55 BC. That was a long time ago. 51, 55 BC. All right. Looks like both players are ready. What was once a best of 7, now a best of 3 between Pixel Andy and Giovanni. Game number 5. The winner of this game will have a huge advantage in the match. Would put them just one game away. Andy walking around the room. I don't know how you do that. It is a best of 7, that's right. A skim and a Tetris there for Giovanni. He's at 48,000. There's a Tetris. Pixel Andy, 45. Pixel Andy with the walking around intimidation strats. Giovanni seems unfazed. 76,000 Pixel Andy. And I don't know if he's trying to communicate something here or what. I don't know. All right, Tetris, Pixel Andy 107. There's a Tetris. Giovanni 163. We are playing Tetris. All right, center well Tetris, 1 row off the bottom for Pixel Andy, 158. Here's a Tetris Andy, 183. Giovanni, 234. Another Tetris Giovanni. Another Tetris Giovanni, 283, $180 to go till we hit our prize pool goal. Then we can pay the top 8. Right now, we're just paying the top 4. That means Eliash and NG Seaman and Blue Scooty and Merker to be out of luck. Oh, man. They're going to be crying. Anyway, use the Matcherino command for, if you want to contribute to that prize pool. 313, Giovanni, 279, Pixel Andy. And Pixelandy kind of quick tapping that piece over to that left side. 307. 362 for Giovanni, the Kingsman key tuck, I guess. Tetris Giovanni 287. Or 387, sorry. 387. Did I say 2? 387. Tetris Geo 410. And another, so Giovanni with a decent pace here, 433 through 99. Tetris Pixelandy. Okay, spin for Giovanni, setting up long bar column 9 to get Tetris ready. He's got some burns available. And there's Tetris Giovanni 481, 410 for Pixelandy, who's setting up column 5. Trying to catch up here, back by 95,000 points. There's the Tetris for Andy. Man, let's see what he's going to do. Lots of center wells today, says Watermelon Cowboy. Tetris Giovanni 552 sets up, gets a Tetris 574, one line away from 19. He's going to single easily here into 19. Not going to let that board get out of sorts. Good little adjust there for Giovanni with the S and the Z. He's at 600,000 here on 19. 467 for Andy. He's now one line away. He's going to spin that S to get that line. Long bar in Tetris Andy 492. Tetris Pixelandy 516. 650 for Giovanni. Tetris Giovanni 676, long bar over Tetris Pixelandy. Another Tetris Andy 569, 704 for Giovanni. Okay, so they're 2 lines apart. Giovanni up by about 110,000 points. Tetris's on the level they're about to enter, level 22, worth 27,600. Tetris Giovanni 768. Best of 7 in this format's got to be very taxing. You've got to maintain focus potentially over the course of 7 games. That is tough. 800 here for Giovanni, covered well. Opens, gets the Tetris, 832, 692 for Andy. All right, Giovanni Tetris, Andy Tetris, 140,000 point lead. Gio ahead by 4 lines. Gio gets a Tetris. Burns a cover off the well, gets another one, 930. Andy still digging a little bit. He's going to uncover. He's getting his board established. Yeah, he's going to go aggro column 9 set up. Tetris Andy, 765. 964 Giovanni. Oh, Andy cannot get that bar over to the right, so he's going to kind of drop it in the middle. Reestablishes dash, gets a Tetris 806. Giovanni with the max out on 27. Andy knows the assignment. Oh no, this is going to be, unless he can get the bar over to the right side, that's a Tetris, and now he's really in trouble. Giovanni's so way out ahead. And yeah, Andy knows that is a top out. Giovanni's going to take game number 5 and go up 3-2 in this finals. It's a best of 7. Giovanni is 1 win away and has a 1.18 in game 5. I mean, the adjustments, the aggression for Giovanni, the survival, a 1.18 into 29. That's pretty nuts. All right, let's get these players their new pieces. And you can take a moment. Again, players, this is the final, so I don't care. Take all the time you need. Well, not all the time. I don't want to give, Andy will be back tomorrow. But, take a moment if you need it. BF5D95. What was that, 1.18 for Giovanni? Yeah, that was higher than his qualifier, right? That was higher than his top score in his qualifier. I know. If this were a best of 5, it would be over. Giovanni would be the winner. But there's 2 more games potentially. Whoops. But that's all right. You pitch to the score, right? Like, you baseball fans, you or old, no Jack Morris. Pitch to the score, right? You know what you need to get, and it affects how you play. All right, the pieces are BF5D95. Robin says, this is such insane gameplay. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Well, you're about to see it next month, right? Giovanni at the CTWC DAS. Hopefully you're going to be there to defend. Okay. Pieces BF5D95. Yes, players are on seed. They've signaled ready. Let's get them started. Game number 6 of this best of 7. Andy needs to win to force a deciding game 7. Giovanni says, I reached my GoFundMe goal, so yeah, I'm going to be there. All right. Excellent. Going to be a Giovanni Robin rematch. Is one of the Americans going to make it to the finals? Don't know. I'm very curious to watch how that goes. Bacon says, should have made it best of 5, Andy. Yeah, see, Bacon, you're biased. All right, Giovanni with some early traffic he's got to get out of. Tetris Pixel Andy, he's got his first one. Tetris Andy, starting off with all Tetrises. Giovanni getting it sorted. Nice long bar adjust. Now kind of just naked long bar setup here. And oh my word, he's going for it early and gets it. Giovanni is doing things his own way, that's for sure. Uncovers that right side. 91,000. Andy, he gets a Tetris. 37,000 for Giovanni. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you and have a nice day. 106 for Giovanni, 139 for Pixelani. Longbar goes in Tetris. Thanks for the follow, Lukey Alt. Another Tetris, Andy, 185. Giovanni with a good clean board now. Tetrising, 129. Oh, Andy with that long bar flat. Kind of I didn't see if that was a double flip or a no flip or what that was. 233 Pixelani, 177 Giovanni. By the way, if you're watching, follow us on our socials. I'm starting to post stuff to our socials. I've just realized, I don't know, there's so much history that we have. It's a deep, rich history in CTM, and I just figure there's a lot of folks that have only been following us for the last year or two, and maybe they're unaware of it, and so I'm trying to post a lot of, at least one a day. That's my goal, one a day. Something about history or a record or whatever on this day in history. So follow us on our socials to see that, and if you've been seeing them and you're annoyed by them, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stop. 305 for Pixelandy, 269 for Giovanni. We're monthly Tetris, I think, pretty much everywhere. Tetris, Giovanni, 315, 351 for Pixelandy. Frantic Thumb is here. Tugi, 2Osh, Bacon, Toka, Pseudo Canard, Dancing Longbar, Robin, Mino Floof, Rorschach, RXS, Stoke, Dan V, DDS, Cora. All the stars are here. Kayla with the $20 contribution. Thank you, Kayla. We're 160 away from meeting our goal. Somebody want to be the hero and get us all the way to the end so we can pay our top 8? That would be amazing. Or we can, just 8 people kick in 20, 16 people kick in 10. We can do this. 406 for Giovanni, 445 for Pixelandy. So Giovanni, after a rough start, has closed the gap a bit between him and Andy. He's back by about a Tetris and a half now. I have a penny. Do you want it? Says Sebi. Yeah. Get it in there. You can pay like a 32-cent transaction fee, but get it in there. 515 Pixelandy, 455 Giovanni. Long bar over. Tetris, Giovanni, 479. Another Tetris, Giovanni, 502. And another one, 525. So he had the real-time lead there for a moment, but still ahead in lines. Andy takes the real-time lead back. And now the lines are tied. Andy ahead by about 38,000. About 1.8 Tetrises. Tetris, Giovanni, 574. One line to go till 19. $20 from Pseudo Canard, heeding the call. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. We just need 7 more people like you. Giovanni is in at 598. 612 for Pixel Andy. One line to go. Long bar over. Having maybe an over shift, or I don't know, maybe plan shift. Not sure that's square, but I guess, yeah, with that, you can burn that away fairly easily if you bring the board down. So maybe plan, not sure. Right, Andy uncovering, trying to, and he finally does uncover. Tetris over Giovanni, 679. Andy at 670. Tetris Giovanni 707. Pixel Andy long bar over 699. Tetris for Giovanni. Giovanni with the clean board 762. Andy with not the clean board at 703. So Andy trying to bring this down. Andy needs to win this one to stay in the tournament and try to get his sixth $2 USD ravioli super chat. Hopefully my parents don't catch me. All right, Andy takes that skim of a double. 20 Dan03, $10 contribution. All right, thank you, 20 Dan03. Really appreciate that. Thank you. What 1070 is what we're at. Oh no, Pixel Andy long bar over Tetris, but the middle of his board is messed up, and he's back by over 100,000 points from Giovanni with a messed up board. Giovanni's board not quite Tetris ready either, but seems like it's in a little bit. Well, I don't know. We'll see how these boards shake out. Giovanni 872, 767, 40 lines to go for Andy to do whatever scoring he's going to do. Giovanni's board getting up a little bit high though. Long bar gets over to knock this down. 878 for him. All right, Andy set up with a good board. Giovanni still about 2 rows, now 4 rows to knock down. Tetris for Pixel Andy, 840, 891 for Giovanni, 18 lines to go. It's 5 lines ahead of Pixel Andy. Giovanni clean, gets a Tetris, 928. Long bar in Tetris, Pixel Andy, 877. Giovanni with 14 lines to go. Long bar over Tetris, 962. If he keeps scoring, he can take this. Pixel Andy, Tetris 913. Needs to find some more points, though. Tetris Giovanni, 998. He sets up long bar column 9. The adjustment. He's waiting out the bar. There's a Tetris for Giovanni, A33. Andy is going to have to like Tetris out here. A35. That is the target. Andy has to set up for 3. He's got to set up maybe for 2 and get, if he can get some points. Oh no! And that bar to the left. Andy's not going to be able to do it. And Giovanni is going to take this in 6 games. Giovanni is your new classic Tetris monthly Das Masters winner. Giovanni, you have taken it. You are a winner of dinner. What the heck? Giovanni, you are the winner, the first non-Artiaga winner of Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters. Tugi says, F off America. Leo says, huge day for Europe. The first time that neither Pixel Andy nor Dog has won. Giovanni celebrating. All right, keep it clean there, guys. You got 10. Keep 10 minutes. My word, that is amazing. That is amazing. Giovanni has won Das Masters, the first time that Andy or Dog hasn't won. Our first winner from Europe. Giovanni with a masterful performance. Really, the aggression and the early aggression and the recognition early on that, hey, I'm behind. I'm going to try to do this now. Now, I don't know, Giovanni, if you want to do an interview or whatever. By the way, congratulations to you, Pixel Andy. A strong performance, as always. There's no question this is not going to be your last one. I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. I mean, Andy did amazing. So, Giovanni, though, taking this 4 games to 2. People want an interview. Giovanni, do you want to do? You don't have to. Either that or I can raid you. Mark Adelsberger has done it. We are 1 cent away. Mark Adelsberger takes us to $11.99.99. Is that what it is? So thank you so much. That's going to get us to 1 cent away from 1,200. That is very, very nice. Really appreciate that. Says, can we make it? I'll chip in the penny if we have to. So thank you for helping us reach our goal. Yeah, Giovanni, if you want to interview, I'm happy to do it. If you don't, I can raid you. Either one. You're up for an interview. All right. Let me take the music off. So we're just going to stop it artlessly. And let me bring up Giovanni on Discord. Now, the camera is not going to match the voice, but it's fine. Wow. Holy moly. I am going to go ahead and call you, and we'll see if this works. I think this will work. Hold on. It's going to work. Let's see if this works.
Wait, I'm gonna connect.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
What? Yeah. Say one more thing.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. It might be a little low, but we'll deal with it.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking through my headphones. It's not the best.
That's okay. I can hear you just fine, and
now.
we'll do the best we can. Giovanni, congratulations. How do you feel?
I'm stunned, honestly. I'm not really I haven't realized it yet. It's been such a long journey. I wanted this for such a long time. I've come close several times. And it's kind of a payback for me in some way for the loss at CTWC DAS. I've always struggled with my mental, let's say, after the tournament. And this kind of is what definitely fixed it. Because I was always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna choke, or yeah, I'm not gonna perform well under pressure, right? So when I feel like I always have to show that I'm good, obviously when you have to show that you're good, you get less good because you have more of a burden on you, right?
Yeah.
So
you've made it into this, basically. Yeah, you've made it into the semifinals of this tournament a few times. Obviously, came up short. You went to CTWC DAS in Germany, made it all the way to finals, came up just short. Of course, Robin with a great performance there. You win this one, and it feels, I don't know, DAS Masters, it's something I came up with a year ago, and now it feels like it's like a major thing. People want to win it. What is it? How is it to have a monthly DAS tournament to be able to test yourself every single month?
It's what has pushed me to keep playing after CTWC DAS. I was after CWC DAS, I was I don't know if I can keep the motivation for a whole year and keep training for the whole year just to come back to the next CTWC DAS. With this tournament in the middle, kind of always gave me something to fight and strive for.
Yeah, excellent. Now, of course, the big elephant in the room is always that Pixelandy is there. Pixelandy has won this 5 times. I feel like his presence kind of looms large over this tournament. And of course, you didn't have him on your side of the bracket, so that you pretty well knew there was a high probability that if you were going to get there, you were going to have to go through Pixelandy at the very end. So how do you approach a match with a player like him?
All the previous tournaments, I kind of failed also because I always kept looking ahead of me. I just gotta live in the moment, play the game that I'm playing currently, and just look what's next. What's next? When I was down to 0 in this final, I was like, you know what? Just play one game at a time, and I got a back for back. So I just try to do the same for as a strategy for the whole tournament and just not look ahead. And I think what I'm gonna do from now on, and because it has really worked very well.
Yeah. So what?
Also, want to say, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Very, very important for me. A shout out to my girlfriend.
Yes.
Who is also gonna be at CWC DAS. She found some funding from her parents, so she's gonna be able to be there for the second and third day of play, and that's is that like it's so important for me, like psychologically, like that serotonin boost, and just she's amazing, and she's always so supportive, and it really helped me keeping it together during the whole stream and also before, because the last few tournaments that I played, I literally felt ill before the tournament. I started like fever literally started spiking, and I shivered, and I like, physically didn't feel fine. I think it was kind of psychosomatic due to the previous losses, and I'm a very competitive player by nature.
Yeah.
And so these kind of losses kind of can take a toll on me, and she really helped me. So shout out to her.
Well, yeah, certainly. Very sweet. And, it's always great to have someone there to support you for sure. And what's her PB? Is she a danger in this tournament?
I'm going to ask her in Italian. Amore, qual è il tuo personal best? Dai, dai! Vuoi fare un salto? Okay, level 2, she says. I'm nudge her into start playing, but she's like not competitive. It's not her kind of game. But she loves to watch me play, and it's always such a great feeling to know that someone is rooting for you. Like there's many people rooting for me. I know that, but like one in the same room that can just like keep your hand if you're like sad, and it's it's always such a good feeling.
Yeah, now it's definitely great to have somebody to support you, and it's just such a long journey, really, for a lot of people. Just that kind of, I don't know, it almost felt like this was never going to end. Like nobody was going to be able to win this tournament except for 2 people. You've come in here and done it. Just a bit about the gameplay here too. One thing that stood out is just the aggression early. When you're in later rounds, you're going to be up against these these tougher players, and you can't count on them to top out. And so you made the decision. It seems like early on in a few of these games you're behind. You're not going to wait and hope they top out, and hopefully you can chase it down with time running out. You're going to go and get those points early. So maybe you can talk to me a little bit about your approach to those kind of games.
Absolutely. So for me, first of all, like from a psychological point of view, I did the same thing that I did during the first CWC DAS, and it was just take a game at a time and play how I like to play. I like to play in my elements. I like to play like in my zone. I like to play like how I like to play, which is take your risk, be aggressive. One way I always say is don't be scared. Play well. Don't underestimate your your mechanics, because one thing is that you can take an amount of aggressiveness proportional to your mechanics up to a certain points, because obviously that's has very like strict limits. But if you really are able to like push it and push it and push it, like from a mechanical point of view, to the point where you hit every quick tap, you regain dust fast. You have at least the same ideas and slow tap as well. That always helps, and it helps you keeping the level of aggressiveness high. And plus, it's just how I like to play. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there is a tendency for some people to tighten up a little bit. They're in a tournament and they become a different player than they are just from a fear. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to, I don't want to look stupid. Oh, I did a move I didn't really have to do because it's over aggressive. But in the end, you've got to play your game and the way you are. And really, just strategically, it seems like it works because, what you see a lot is players, getting to the end, they got like 30 lines to go and they don't have enough runway. And even when their opponent tops out. And so it's like if they had done a little bit more early on to take the risk to try to make up some of that ground early, they maybe could have done it, but so that they a little bit maybe too conservative. So it seems to work for you.
Yeah, I live by what Fractal said during, I don't remember, like I think it was CWC 2023, when I think Kingsman was, and he asked him, what is your secret? And he was just score higher. But yeah. I mean, that's literally it. That's what I try to do. like how I like to play. Just
Yeah.
just don't even look at the other people game. I mean, unless you're like 150k ahead or like 150k behind or something like that. I try to not let how the other person is playing affect how I'm playing.
Yeah, well, it seemed to have worked massively. Got multiple 1.1s. What was it? Back four back at some point. So now you're the winner, and this is really good going into CTWC DAS in Germany, which you're going to. So how are you gonna how are you gonna approach, from now till then? What are you gonna do? Somebody asked in chat, are you gonna go for the 1.4 for DAS? Are you gonna take a break? What are you gonna do? What's your plan?
I'm not gonna take a break. I'm not really going for PB. I might try to find a little bit of high 1.2s just to keep like my pace brain active, just so that I keep the gear that I can switch to when I really need to go for it. So yeah, for example, today I really didn't play. I played like 1 or 2 games. One was a like A80, but it was like I really pushed it in the post, and one was a transition trainer game that was like a 650k. And I think that's really what like made me like, for example, win in game 2 against Rio, right? Because I was like so much behind and just went for it. I was like, at this point, like, who cares? If I play normal, I'm just gonna lose, so I might as well go for it. Leo is an incredible player. I mean, Andy obviously as well. They're both like amazing players. And Leo is not the guy that pops out in like 25 like randomly. I mean, like only once in a while, which is completely normal, even if you're a top DAS player. So I was just like, go for it. No, I'm not gonna go for 1.4. No, I'm not going to retire and to take a break or whatever. Not retire, obviously, but not even take a break. I'm just gonna play once in a while when I feel like it. I'm not gonna try to stress myself too much. I'm just gonna go for consistency because I feel like way more at peace now that I've won this tournament that I've won for a long time. This does not mean that I don't strive to win CWC DAS. Obviously, I'm gonna try my darn hardest. Also because there are people that fundraise me. So shout out to everyone that fundraised. Potato, the El Python, everyone, every Casinavi, everyone fundraised me. Like, thank you so much. I couldn't be able to go to CWC DAS without you. So I'm just going to play once in a while and see how it goes.
Amazing. Now, of course, that field is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think, because you have some American players going, Fractal and Pixel Andy and Scooty and me. So you're going to have, it's going to be a very difficult tournament, I think. I mean, assuming all the other, assuming most of the other players from Europe go, plus the contingent from America. So what's your ideal finals matchup? Who do you want to face in the finals?
I mean, if I get to the finals, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna try to win my darn artist, but I'm gonna like officially feel satisfied if I get top 4.
Mm-hmm.
But in the finals, I would like either to play Fractal, who is my GOAT. I love him, or Tugi or Leo. Like, these are probably the top 3 players. Obviously, Pixelandy is up there as well. I'm scared to play him again. Honestly, I'm scared to play him again because I know he's gonna like. I won't say cuss words, but he's gonna be very angry. Let's say he's gonna be vengeful. Okay.
Yeah, Pixel angry.
Nice one.
There you go. All right, Gio. Any final words or any shout outs you want to make as we wrap up here?
Much love to anyone. Don't get distracted by your dreams, whatever they are. Just pursue them and enjoy the ride.
Okay, well, that is good advice. Giovanni, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Much love.
All right, take care, Giovanni.
Bye-bye.
Well, everybody, that is it. That is it. We have a tournament. We did it. It was May 35th. What a crazy tournament. I think a lot of people thought that it was just going to be, Artiaga's all the way down forever and ever. And yet here we are. So again, shout outs to Pixel Andy. Of course, he did great. Obviously still, a top, if not the top player. And you know, but it's always fun to see a new champion. So very, very excited and happy for Giovanni and for everybody who was rooting for him. And I want to thank everybody who helped make this tournament possible. We have met our prize pool goal. We had a couple at the last minute, including 20 Dano 3, Madelsberger, and Dr. Knockers. That gets us up to 1209.99. We had a lot of room to make up in that prize pool, and I know I harp on the prize pool a lot, but it's really so important to get these players back and to compensate them for the time that they put in, you know, in some small way to try to, you know, do that, and also to help them get to events and things like that. That's how they use this money. So really appreciate everybody who contributed to that prize pool. I'm going to read the list of all of y'all who did support the prize pool, and I realize not all of you are in a position to do that. And I, of course, thank you for just watching and being here. It means a lot. But big shout out and thanks to Scott Gray, Canine, Madelsberger, Junior, Summer B, Rogue Potato, Andy Co, Junior again, Kayla, Pseudo Canard, Rogue Potato again, Chris Winter, Zelazawi, another Rogue Potato, Tom J, Abby Normal, Mark with a Q at 20 Dano 3, Dr. Knockers, Zelazawi, Rogue Potato again, Silversoft, DJ, Mr. Burrow, serial number, Zelazawi again, serial number again, Bendy in there, DJ Mr. Burrow again, Mr. Brain, Bendy again, Maitre Wheatien, and Whoops, and of course everybody who redeemed the codes. So thank you all for supporting the channel. I want to thank everybody who supported the stream during this stream. And we'll just let that run a little bit, and I guess I can read them off when they come back around. But of course, thanks everybody to all the moderators, our tech team, seed pinners, everybody who handles the lower seeds, of course, in all of our tournaments. New followers, Lukey and Jaden. Twitch, new follower, Spoopy. I thought you were already in. Chroma, Regina Falandi, Tetris Jar, Super Zodium Overdose, Lapis, Abby Normal, Fancy Mimi, Papa Petro, Timothodius, Dano, Ravioli, Deep Shock. Thank you all for your support as well. Thanks to our qual checkers, of course. And thanks to you, the viewers. I mean, make it super fun. You support this channel. Trying to do a thing where, you know, we can have a lot of Tetris. We're adding another tournament. Almost certainly Stupid Tetris Monthly going to become a monthly thing, it seems, looking like. So really appreciate all your support, allowing me to do that for you. So it's your support that helps make all that happen. So thank you all so very much. And that is it. Anything I'm forgetting? Yeah, I don't know. Just, you know, we're going to open quals for July's tournaments in within the next several days. Maybe it'll be after CTWC. We'll launch our June tournaments in the next, I don't know, 24 to 48 hours, something like that. I'm going to try this weekend is CTWC, so definitely watch that. I'm going to do a watch party, I think, most of the time here on Monthly Tetris. You know, not going to obviously display the footage, but just hang out and give my stupid takes on stuff, whatever. So if you want to hang out for that, that would be cool. And otherwise, thank you all for hanging out. It really means a lot. Appreciate it. And it's always fun. So thank you so much. And thanks to the seed checker as well. Yes, indeed. All right, YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I thanked everybody there. Yeah, Dano and Ravioli, thanks for the super chats. YouTube, we will see you when we see you. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, they're gone. Twitch, you know,